Hi, welcome to the Vaguely Anime Podcast. I am one of the hosts this evening, Michael, followed by other host, Kat,
Hello.
and other host, Sage.
Hi.
And it's Anime Club.
Woohoo!
Sage, it was your pick.
It was my pick.
So, you wanna intro us?
Sure. So I picked Blue Lock, which I hadn't watched before, but I remember everyone and their mother was talking about it during the World Cup last year. And I was like, maybe I should watch Blue Lock. So I decided to watch it. Like, I knew it was about soccer, but going into it, I was expecting it to be like wholesome, team building. Yeah, we're all such great friends, right?
Yes.
No,
That's
it
what I
was. It
thought.
I was like,
was.
that was a flawed opinion to go in with.
Yeah,
When I had to describe the show, I went, hey, it's nothing about that team shit.
Well, like,
That's what I thought it was about too.
All right, I guess they just don't listen to me. What,
Apparently, because I sure don't remember you saying that.
What else
I
is
also
new?
don't remember you saying that. But
I
I'm
just
saying,
had to edit that episode.
But
I
I'm-
literally had to.
but I'm saying, like, my initial thought anyway.
Right.
Like, I thought it was gonna be like a nice, wholesome, like Haikyuu kind of style,
Polar
but just
seats.
but just with soccer.
I mean, I believe that I just didn't listen to you. Like, I'm not doubting that.
But yeah, so it's not about being wholesome or teammates.
Nope.
It's just
Just a little wholesome.
there's a little
Just like
wholesomeness.
glimmers.
Yeah, there's nice little sprinkles of it,
Mhm.
As
but
a treat.
everyone
Yeah.
is fucking psychotic.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
They've got the demon inside them, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
He broke up
sh-
with him.
Yeah, he did break up with
He
him.
did break up with him.
Should I give? Do we usually give like a quick plot synopsis, or should we just move on to
right,
general?
Well,
I like how I
usually
don't remember what we do.
I don't know.
Usually, you
It's only
just
been
kind
going
of
on for-
overview the show, and then we go into the non-spoiler and then spoiler.
Okay,
You know that thing we've been doing for 125
I know.
episodes.
Sorry,
now.
brain fog has got me. But yeah, so generally the show is just like a bunch of high schoolers who are really good as strikers, and they get invited to like a training camp to see who's gonna like become the best striker for Japan's national team. And trials and tribulations and shenanigans ensue. That's like the short version of it.
Okay, fair enough, I guess.
I
Yeah.
think the show looks pretty good.
Yeah?
I also think that the first closing like theme,
The first ED, yeah.
yeah, and the second OP are really good. Not that the
Um,
first OP and second ED aren't good; they're
I
just
only
superior.
really liked the second opening.
Oh, I felt like
I
this-
liked the visuals of the ending, like the first one, but like the
I don't
music
know,
was
the
like
music
meh.
and the visuals was just like kind of a vibe.
I don't know, like it was so what the show is.
But I like that.
No, I know, but like, so I liked the visuals, but like, I skipped it every single time after the first one because I was like, it's just not that. But I always did watch the additional time stuff.
Yeah,
I thought
those
that
were
was super
cute.
cute.
I always forget to warn you guys about that because I know sometimes you just click off.
Oh yeah. Well, I could see that there was like a lot,
Yeah, where
and-
it's like this is weirdly
Yeah.
long for credits.
and then I'll go check.
I always tend to think about it because of what show was it that we watched where you were like, there were stuff at the end, and we were like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, what
it's
show was
I
that?
don't remember now.
I skipped every single thing.
Yeah.
I was just severely confused.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't remember what
I
it was
remember
now.
That
that
sure
as
was
well.
something. I don't know.
But yeah, so that's like the general vibe. If we want to go into like
All right.
general overview. Okay.
So when I first started the show, I fucking hated it. I hated every single minute of it. I was like, oh my God, to watch 24 episodes of this, like, this is my nightmare. This is horrible. Like, it hasn't been this bad in so long.
Oh
Like,
my God.
We were doing pretty good
yeah,
for a while
that's
there.
what I'm saying. Like,
We were overdue.
Yeah, it was. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I couldn't believe, because Ryan's read all of Blue Lock.
Okay.
And so he was like, yeah, this is not your cup of tea. You're sure not going to enjoy it. And I was texting him, like, you're right. Like, I can't believe this. Like, he was just telling me, like, he was like, I mean, I could just tell you everything that happened so you don't have to watch it. And I was like, no, I'm no Kieran. Like, I have to watch this. Like,
I was like, you can't just bail out.
yeah, I was like, I have to. And he's like, well, why are you going to force yourself to watch this? And I'm like, because that's the point of Anime Club. I was like, I have to
it's
watch
so you
it.
can experience something new regardless
Exactly.
if you didn't like it.
I said, if I can't make it to the end, like, maybe I'll have you update me on, like, a couple episodes or something. Like, if I really can't make it through.
Thoughts of a quitter.
But I was like 24 episodes. Like, I was like, I have to at least watch like the bulk of it. And so it took me like a while to actually get into the show. Like, I want to say like 10 or 11 episodes. Like, it was like
Really?
a really long time before.
Hey, I'll take it as a win if she got into it.
Yeah,
I was
mean-
not expecting that at all.
I
So.
guess that's fair.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm someone who was like super hype about it, but like it got to the point that I cared. Like, I was like, oh, okay, like I want to know what happens. And-
That counts as something.
Yeah.
Did you feel like
instead
you wanted Isaki to win?
of,
That's the main guy with the blue eyes.
did I want him to win? Yes and no. Like, it just depends on who they were playing against and like about what. Like, so when they were going against, that's spoiler. We'll talk about that later. What else? Yeah. So it took me like a really long time to actually like get into it to care, and so that was pretty rough because
Yeah, 10 to 11 episode
like
buy-in
watching
is pretty
3
rough.
hours of your life and just
Yeah.
be like, please just end it. Like, I don't want to watch this.
But it's
was
less
rough.
than half. You did enjoy more than half of it.
It's true.
I mean, I don't remember what exact episode it is, so it might be exactly half. I don't know.
10 or 11, I'm just saying.
It might be 12. I don't know. But I, for the most part, thought all of the characters were annoying. Like, I had texted Ryan being like, this shit is so bad. Like, it's just every fucking sentence is just striker, 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 blue lock. I'm going to be the best striker in the world. Striker, striker. Like, and I was like, I can't. I was like, my brain is having such a hard time to process what the fuck they're saying because they're just saying the same thing over and over again. And it was just annoying me. Like, the characters weren't likable. Like, I was like, they're all fucking psychopaths. Like,
That's
I
the
was
best
like-
part.
Well, yeah, like I said, like, eventually I was like, all right, like, I get
You
it.
buy into it. See, it's like, it's one of those things for like me and Eamon when I was watching the show. It was just like, we were both just like, this is the hypest shit ever. These people are fucking maniacs and it's
Yeah.
awesome.
But I would definitely say, like, it took way too long to get into it. But I eventually did ish, I guess. And you.
Okay. I really like the show. I waited for it all to be done, and I'm pretty sure I binged it in like a day and a half. And when I originally watched it, and it's just hype as shit, dude. It's so like all these people are absolute psychopaths, and it's awesome. I really love the visualization of like all their like different kind of like shit going on with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really a spoiler because it happens pretty early. Just like the puzzle piece effect.
Yeah.
I really liked
I did
that
actually.
visual.
So I remember in like a past episode, you guys had asked me if there was any show that like stood out for visuals to me, and I said no, like pretty much no. Like, this actually is a show that I feel like did. That was like the only thing I mean, you know, for the however many episodes that I wasn't into it, that was the only thing that I was like, well, at least it's nice to look at. Like,
Yeah.
So I thought that they had like a lot of cool visuals and stuff, and even like when, you know, he's talking about like smelling the goal and like stuff like that, or
Yeah.
even when the other ones are
the
talking
eye
about,
effects.
Oh yeah,
Rad.
but when they're talking about like that they can't make it or something, or the monster, or like
Yeah.
they just had so many things that I thought was really cool for visual wise.
Yeah, I think they do a lot of really cool visual stuff, and there is CG throughout the show, which for the most part's fine. It's usually just like
Dude, some of the
Above
times
stuff,
when
but
they're
sometimes it's
running,
not great.
It's so bad.
yeah.
I
Sometimes
know
it's
that-
not great, but it does. I feel like it never takes away because the important stuff is
for a
always
couple-
actually
it's for
animated.
A couple seconds
yeah,
when it goes away.
It's usually
I'm
like,
oh.
when someone pops up the ball and it's like an above screen
Yeah,
view, and then
yeah.
you're just
or
like,
it's them all running on the field
Yeah.
at like once, or them in the background.
Yeah.
Sometimes that'll be a thing too.
So like it, you know, it's there, but like it's never really like it. Absolutely, you're like, ooh, wow, that's there. But then it's back to really like cool animation. I enjoy a lot of the characters, even some of the shitty ones. Like, they're just fun. Best boy is Bachira, bar none. But then Baru's there. Third, probably Nagi, my boy.
Why are you just factually wrong?
Nah, dude.
Thank you.
No. How can you not love Bachira? Bachira is
He's
my
fine.
boy.
That's not the
I'm
one
not
I'm mad
saying
about.
that I don't
That's
love him.
not the one I'm
I'm
mad
just not.
about.
I'm just saying,
Dude,
he's
you don't
not
love the
best-
selfish king, Baru? Awesome.
He's horrible.
I like Baru. but I don't.
You are both wrong. He's horrible.
He's rad.
He's literally horrible. I hated him the entire time.
When they're all hanging out, we'll get into
yeah.
it. Anyway, but I really like it. Visually alone, I think it's great. And plus, you get to see two characters basically just like eye fucking each other for like the first fucking half of the show.
Yeah.
Like, it's great. I would recommend it.
Yeah, I really like the way this show looked. Also, if you like the kind of like stylization of the game and the way they present like the concepts of what they're doing, Kuroko's Basket has kind of a similar feel.
That's the basketball one.
Kind of a similar feel, but it's not like
You have to get around to watching Slam Dunk.
similar in story. No, I did not watch Slam Dunk. It's not similar in story by any means, but the general like
No psychopaths.
no. I mean some, but not in the same way. But the
Now, Blue
general
Lock,
like,
I think it's alone in that psychopath, the psychopath story type. Also, it was paced well. I wanted to mention that. Thought the pacing was very good.
Yeah. But yeah, so it has like a similar overall aesthetic, especially when they're playing basketball. But yeah, so I immediately was like, the first like episode when he's in that like first game with like his high school team or whatever, I was like, oh, this is so nice. And then they lose, right? And I was like, oh, that's okay. Like, you're going to like pick up your bootstraps and you're going to train and you guys are going to do it next time. And then it was just like this insane game of tag, essentially.
Yeah. No, they lost because of his teammates. He's better than all of them.
And then like this game of tag, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, they were just everyone was just going so hard. And then I really appreciate that like subversion with the guy who like beat him in the game being there too. And he's like, oh, cool, somebody I know, like, let's be best buddies. Immediately out.
Yeah, you think rivals, and then nope.
Nope. He's not even in this story.
Yep.
He's there for one episode and gone.
Yep.
Which I thought was funny. But yeah, overall, I think this show is pretty good. I think they balance like ridiculous, over the top humor with like hype and action pretty well.
Yeah.
Which I like. And then I like that it's not constant, but like the little sprinklings of like more intimate human moments between like the players when they're like in the training grounds or just like in their little dormitories or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the after time is also really good.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, spoilers from here on out. So,
Oh, also Kunigami is definitely the best boy. Sorry. I meant to say that.
I don't think
spoilers
you said it
from here on out.
I think you said it to us before we started recording.
Okay. Well, I'm saying it now.
All right, cool. Spoilers. Well, it sucks to be you. 'Cause
I
he's
know,
gone forever.
I
sucks
know.
to suck, bro.
I'm
Get a better pick.
I'm so
Get someone that was better.
even the guy with the fucking shaved head made it. I was like, what the hell?
That's what I said
Yeah,
to him.
no,
What
he
the
sucks.
fuck?
He
That's what I
sucks.
said to him. I
This
was like,
little weasel.
literally Weasel is like the best fucking like I was like
Yeah.
he was the worst of the worst and yet he's there. Like the fact that people chose him over somebody like it's not true.
Or he didn't.
It's,
Or he didn't get chosen. He was
Maybe
just
he
on
was
a
just on
winning
a winning
team.
I guess
team.
that's true. Maybe
He
that's
just never lost.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
As long you don't have to be the best, as long as you're riding with the best.
I guess that's fair.
But why would they want him?
Maybe he was like, there was
They were
only
the
3
last
guys
ones,
left.
Maybe.
Or he's just really good at convincing people.
Weasel.
Yeah, no, he sucks.
Yeah, literally the
But
worst.
no, I do love him. But
The Weasel?
no.
Oh.
Kunigami.
Kunigami.
what the
I do
hell?
love him. Kunigami's
Yeah,
rad
I
as
liked
fuck.
him.
I really enjoyed his character. I liked everything about him, but he's gone forever, so.
I know, but he's just the heartwarming himbo. Like,
Well,
here to spread love and joy
Yeah.
and muscles.
yeah, well, he got beat out by Baru, and that's all that mattered.
Sad.
Because he's the better muscle man.
Horrible. He's awful. I hate him.
He's awesome.
Literally, I just kept texting Ryan, being like, "He is a waste of space. He's
Nah,
a waste
dude.
of time. I am angry
The
that he
entire,
is in front of me. He's horrible.
The entire arc with him just getting shut out by Isagi being like,
Donkey.
being like, oh, well, look who's fucking loser now. You passed me when I fucking tell you, donkey. And he gets
Yeah.
so mad.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck all of you. I'm not going to learn how to play with any of you. I'm just going to be better at being my own selfish
Nope, I
asshole.
hate him. I
He's
literally-
awesome.
No,
that
I
entire
can't.
arc, he starts stealing the ball from them, being like, fuck you guys. It's awesome.
No.
He's so
And then,
cool.
okay, wait. So this is what I wanted to say to you when we were downstairs. Okay, so the guy that they didn't choose, no clue his name.
Okay, when?
Yeah.
Instead of like they chose.
Oh, the
Barrow.
background guy.
Yes.
Yeah,
they chose
the one
Barrow
that nobody
instead
gave a
of
shit
the
about.
Other one on
Yeah.
the team. The one that he's an orphan. He's there.
Oh,
to,
with
like,
his
provide,
like fucking
Yeah.
12-kid family.
Yes, to provide
Wah.
for his family. He was like, they show me this whole backstory.
Yeah,
this
because he didn't
beautiful-
matter
Shut
before.
The fuck up, I'm talking. Show me this beautiful backstory about how, you know, he keeps pulling out his good luck charm. I think it's like a fucking juice box that they wrote on. Like, I was just like, my heart. Like, at first I didn't care about it because, yeah, he was a background character, but you show me this whole, like, heartwarming story, and I'm like, okay, well, then he's got to be better. And they're talking about the average Joes and whatever. And so the main guy gets better. I figured he was going to get, like, it was going to be that kind of thing. And then it was like, no. But then Barrow kept being himself and just horrible and just wasn't doing it. So I was like, oh, okay, I know. They're definitely going to pick the other guy because he knows how to work on a team. And so he's like good and helpful
He
for
missed
that.
all his shots.
But that was because he was just selfishly trying to do it. But he was a good teammate to give like shots.
No,
So-
because when Barrow actually passed it to him, he was like, all right, pass it back. And he's like, no.
Yeah. He
No, no.
fumbled the bag.
And then he sucked.
yes, because he was trying to prove himself and it did not work out. But that's not the point of this.
So why would
anyways.
they pick
Yeah.
him?
Because, and as you could see,
And they
in
even
the-
said we don't need somebody who's
As-
good as a collective team.
as you can see in the next fucking game, that Barrow can't play on a team for shit because he just was horrible, and that's why he was just a waste of space on
Yeah,
their
but
team.
No, because
He's-
they
he
knew
whipped
he
him
had
into
potential.
shape.
I know, like, I understand, but I thought that this show was
Nah.
choosing because they showed the whole orphan story.
Yeah, they do that just to pull be
No.
like, this guy sucks. Who gives a shit?
When
I
they
was
showed that whole
shocked.
like orphan backstory, I was like,
he's-
this guy's
yeah, he's
got
out.
her.
He's out.
He's out of here.
Once they start trying to make you care, you're like, nah, dude, you're out of here.
No,
Like,
like, I was just like, oh, you know, like, it's fine. They'll choose him, and, like, that's
she doesn't watch
okay.
enough action anime like
Blair-
this.
Apparently.
Like when they show like Bachida's background story, right, where he's like playing by himself and all this stuff, and he's like, oh, I was just so like terribly lonely and depressed and blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, so you're gonna move forward somehow after this game. Because at that point, we've been
I actually
following him
thought
the whole time.
because of like the orphan guy when they were showing like more of that. Like
you were
when-
like, this guy's a
I
goner.
was like, yeah. I was like, oh, he's done. I was just like, that sucks.
Done
I was
for.
like, yeah, I was like, oh.
Nah, my boy don't lose, dude.
Well, he is the first character that I liked. Like, so I had texted Ryan and be like, I fucking hate them all except for him. He's the only one.
Bachira rocks.
He's the only one that's interesting. Like, I thought all of them were boring as shit, and just like at least he had something that I was like, all right, like, you know,
Yeah.
he's fine.
Love Bachira.
My best boy is Nagi, and it's not by much. I actually don't even really like most of them in general. So, like, Nagi is really me just picking one. Like, to be like, yeah, I guess he's kind of the best. Like, I really didn't feel best boy energy from anyone in this show. Like, I was just like, yeah.
Best boy energy differs on shows. You know, like this isn't out here being like, the
You would
cinnamon
think
roll.
a show with this many men, there would be someone,
No,
anyone
because
that
best
like, oh,
best
this
boy
one.
aura changes. That's why Baru was on my list because it's not about them being like you know, a cinnamon roll
They don't
or
have to
whatever.
be a
Like
cinnamon
not
roll to be
like
best
free,
boy.
where in free, right? Like, yeah, there are a lot of best boy contenders because they're all just so wholesome.
Yeah.
This is like,
You gotta pick your
you're out here choosing best boy based on how fucking hype they are.
although I will say Ryu is a close second for me just because the like constant gag of them whispering glam.
Yes, okay,
Glam was so
I texted Ryan
funny
that I
to me.
really like him.
Fucking hate Ryu.
No,
Oh my
I
God.
didn't know his name, so I didn't know who you
Yeah.
were talking about until you said the glam. I texted, I was like, I like Glam Boy. Like, I was
Yeah.
just like, he's the only one. I thought it was so fucking funny.
So funny.
Like, and then he's just talking about that, and that specific additional time where it's literally just for a minute straight of just glam, glam, glam. I was like,
No, because
this
I love
is
Chigiri
amazing.
when he like walks with Chigiri and he's like, your hair, and he's like, get the fuck away.
Don't touch
from
my
me.
hair.
Like, get
I
away.
liked him too, but like I didn't feel best boy like.
That ACL tear was holding that boy back till he went, fuck it, I'll break my leg again.
Yeah, every game I'm gonna break my leg.
Oh my-
Unless I don't.
Yeah.
After that episode where he's like, all right, I'm just gonna go all in. Like if I break my leg, fuck it, right? I was like, okay,
passes it
like
to himself.
do or die. I get it. And then I thought he would go to be like, okay, now I got to just really strengthen this leg, take care of it. No,
I mean, he does physical therapy.
I know, but I'm like, this man is ready to rip that thing off.
Yeah.
At any
Yeah,
given
yeah,
second.
man.
And he is.
He is. He's doing it all till he
Yeah.
can't. He's the boy, man. He's like, fuck it, I'm doing it. And every time he passes it to himself, raw as fuck. Like when he's going up against the other speed demon, that's just basically fucking Ida.
That's what I thought the whole time. Except then when he's secretly like not smart, like he's
Yeah.
dumb,
Yeah,
he's
he's
just
an
idiot.
pretending.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Which is a great bit.
That was in like the after time, right? Where he's just dumber than
When
a bag of
well,
rocks.
you see little bits and
Right.
pieces like throughout, but I think they like say
That's
it
like the main one.
specifically, yeah.
And then you got other random moments that are great, like when Isagi finally realizes that like this is the place for him when he beats out the dude that just has like the shaggy dog hair that's over his eyes.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
yeah. And he's crying because he lost, and Isagi walks over, just stands over, and he's like, "Yes, the feeling of victory. I do need this." They're
I have
awesome.
crushed all your dreams.
Yeah.
It fucking rocks, dude. What I like, and it, I don't know. There's, I think I like the second half better than the first, just because I think it's more interesting going on, like with the stuff that's going on. In the first half, it's just regular soccer games, like with the visuals and everything, which is great. It's still good, but I think the second half is much more interesting with all the different like tier system and stuff, losing the players, getting back up and everything. And
Right.
I don't know. I feel like it also makes all the characters have like more opportunities to actually shine, because it's some like, you don't have to be focusing on 20 or 12 fucking players. However
Yeah, it's a
many
much
people.
smaller pool of people to like be looking at.
Yeah.
The poor guy who only got to be the goalie, and he
Oh
got
my
out
God.
because he was just the goalie. I was just like, oh, poor guy.
Especially when they show that they have fucking holographic goalies that are just as good. And you're like,
Yeah.
what? You really screwed over everybody that ended up being the goalie.
Yeah,
I
because
finally get to not be a goalie.
he was just too nice and just kept being the goalie.
Also in the first half, Kuon, the guy with like the medium haircut and like the squinty eyes, the one
yeah.
that was a piece of shit who was
Yeah,
like
the one that-
The
intentionally-
traitor?
Yeah, the
yes,
traitor.
Oh, yeah.
intentionally like
Thank God he didn't make it.
oh
Fuck
my
that
god,
guy.
Fuck that guy. The whole time I was like, if he gets
Even when he redeems himself, I was like,
no.
Yeah.
I was like, if he gets through, somebody's going like into his dorm room and cutting off his legs.
Yeah.
Like they're busting his kneecaps
Yeah.
in.
He
the
did-
Bakugo knockoff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good
he
too.
He would
did-
absolutely have done
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He did save him, but still fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like like especially when he gets those 3 goals in a fucking row.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, he hasn't done fucking anything. Well, you're going off. And then immediately you kind of sense that shit's off, and then Isagi walks over and is like, are you betraying us right now? And the fucking twin brothers immediately are like, fuck yeah, he is. And you're like, oh, well, fuck you. Like,
Okay, also the twins, the one that makes it, looks exactly like a fucking Danganronpa character.
yeah,
Like,
sure does.
It's the exact.
Yeah.
Like I was like, what? They could just do this. They're just like importing characters and just putting them in
Yep.
there.
I
nice.
also really do like what's his name? The dude with like the black and white hair. Just because he's so
Oh.
like weird, and he does those great saves where
Oh,
he
the
like
one
with-
who uses his face.
yeah.
Weird ass eyes.
Like
Yeah, that guy.
like when the goal's about to just go in, he fucking sprints and taps that shit back out of the goal. You're like, this dude's awesome, and he gets that awesome kick into the goal and then fucking body slams the.
I didn't know
net.
that other people that are not the goalie are allowed to. Because I don't watch sports or anything, so like, but I had no idea that they were allowed to do that.
I'm pretty
Like,
sure you can't walk into the box.
But
Yeah,
you
He
can
jumped
jump.
across and hit it
If
out.
it's
Oh.
not, if it's still like that imaginary line where like the box is going into the goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
As long as they're ahead of it, they can block. The whole team could block if they wanted
I
to.
had no idea.
Oh,
that
okay,
that
so
was
they
a
can
thing.
be in the box for the goalie.
So like,
I thought they had.
I mean,
they couldn't be on the
definitely-
ground.
They
That's
definitely were in the box.
I guess maybe it depends on what kind of play you're doing. Because if you're doing like from a corner kick or like a penalty kick or something, like,
Well, yeah,
you
I know
got
for
all the
those.
guys
Yeah,
standing
I know
right
for
fucking
that.
there.
Yeah, but I
And-
wasn't sure about the regular rule.
And I know like other times, even if you're doing like a regular trying to score, like everybody's bunching up right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure as long as you're not going into the goal, it's not illegal.
Yeah, I had no idea that was a thing. The first time they did that, I was like, "Oh man, he's out." Like
The
I was like,
goalie's
I
just
can't
the
believe
only
it.
one who can like defend with his hands.
I got
So
ya.
like the other guys can't jump and catch it.
but
Like,
they
that
could-
would be
okay,
illegal.
Got it. I figured as much.
Yeah.
because I was like, well, they keep doing it, so
The,
obviously this is
the
legal.
attacking player can't be in it.
In the goalie.
Yeah.
But anybody else can.
Seems like it. I don't know. I'm
Okay.
not a. I don't watch soccer, but
This didn't make you want to watch soccer.
no.
Okay.
But I like this a lot. But I always thought it was like because it was always showing him never like on the ground in it, so I always just kind of assumed that.
Well, I
it was,
just
like,
think that was just action. Like they're
Yeah.
just going for it. So it just happened.
but he
to
had
be
he
like
had
that.
he had some great moments. All of his layouts were fucking rad as fuck.
Yeah.
Again, body checks himself with the goal just to get that point. Awesome. He's so weird. Love him a lot. But then like other reasons why like I you know they're like why I like Baru a lot. Also, is the moments when they're actually just hanging out, and he's just like a neat freak kind of dude. Like he has his own personality, where he's like, "You guys are fucking suck at everything. Like
Well, that was
you don't
the
know how to
only
clean
thing-
up after yourself. You don't know, like."
That was the only thing that was like semi redeemable. But then he would go back to being the way he was, and I was like,
Yeah,
no.
during a game.
Yeah, I was like,
Games
no.
are different,
And
man.
No,
In a
I
game,
just
he's in
I
it to
can't
win
stand
it.
him.
Yeah, in the game, you're
I
in it to
can't
win it,
stand
man.
him.
Game face versus regular life.
Nope, can't stand him.
Nah, I love him.
I thought like maybe he's evolving, he's changing. I was like,
No.
all right,
No,
like
not
that's
at all.
fine. And then I was like, no.
I don't think
still
any of them are
like you.
changing their personalities. Really, they're just getting
Just-
better.
Yeah, they're just evolving.
Yeah.
Awakening.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Um,
will say, I feel like throughout this, they had some like verbiage on how they were choosing to describe things that I was like, I don't know if this is just because of a translation or maybe this is like a phrase in Japan that doesn't translate to like English. Because when he's like, "Oh, I can smell a goal,"
No, no.
No, I think he
Nope,
meant
nah,
he
yeah,
could
yeah.
smell
Yeah.
a goal.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. And
Yeah, he
then
can smell a goal. What's weird about that?
like just some of it was
They
so,
even do a close up of him like sniffing.
Yeah.
So like
It's
I think they meant it.
it's just so goofy.
Yeah.
Some of the
But,
stuff
like,
that they say.
Anime smell is always a thing in anime.
That's true.
And, like that's like so many main characters' superpower is their smell.
They smell real good.
Yeah, like that's Tanjiro's whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like there was just certain
But
things.
that's literal scent
Yeah,
versus his like
Uh,
figurative.
yeah, but he can,
Smell a
but he can
goal.
smell a fucking threat of fate.
Yeah, I guess.
So
that's
that's
a fair point.
So, I mean,
guess.
if he can smell a threat of fate,
You're
this
right.
kid can smell a
I
goal.
take it back.
Also in I think this is in the second half where they have their games with the like number one player whose name I can't remember.
Rin?
Yeah. Where there it's like, you know, that like internal monologue thing, like while the game is happening, he's like, "Oh, I'll do this," and they won't even realize that I'm gonna do that. He saw me doing it.
Yeah.
How did he know? Like all of those moments, like it's just that like extra level of goofiness that like I kind of appreciate it. Like I think it's really funny, but at the same time, I'm like I cannot take this seriously.
That when he runs up and he's like, "I've got this," and then Rin's just there and he's like, "You should study up on eyes, fucking idiot." And then his only response is, "Wait, what?" And then Rin just fucking steals the ball and gets a goal, and he's like,
There were so many
What
times
just
that he's like,
happened?
"How is he here right now?" And I'm like, bro.
Rin is like one of like the best versions of just that dude. That's just fucking built different,
Yeah.
you know, where he's just like, "I don't need anybody. I'm so fucking great." And then when he finally gets like,
Humbled.
yeah, when he finally gets humbled, and then you got the game against the best players.
Okay, best boy is actually Luna. That's the only one that I was just like,
Which one's Luna?
I think he's for Spain.
Yeah, the
yeah.
actual team,
Yeah.
the best players in the world.
Yeah, that's best boy. That's the only one that I was like, wow, I want to see more of him. Like, there you go. That's best boy.
I was like, I don't remember any of their names.
Just Luna.
He's is he the blonde one?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, where he's like, because he shit talks Rin, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's got that like aura, so like shield around him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought he was. No, you're right. He is Spain.
Yeah.
I was thinking French for some reason.
Well, he had a nice ass accent, so
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, and I was watching like this recap video, and the dude was like black, and he was like, I gotta point out the fact that one of the black dude's powers is jumping. what's up with that shit? And I was like, all right, yeah, that's kind of funny. But yeah, that game where like it's a thing in the show. If the team shows up and does great immediately, they're gonna fucking lose.
Yeah.
Like if the hype immediately starts
If
and they
they're
get
like,
a
wow,
that
we
point
have
immediately,
excellent synergy today.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna win.
you're like, oh, they about to be fucking humbled.
Yeah.
Which is I think happens literally every time.
Yeah.
And it's great because it's also just like, oh yeah, we were just watching you get the point, so we know how exactly to counteract you.
Except I actually didn't expect Rin's team to win against them.
Oh,
like
yeah.
when they then what's the main character's name?
Isuki?
Isuki?
I always want to say Usagi. Isugi, because he looks like the main character from Quintessential, and
Oh,
that's his
yeah.
name. So I keep
Wait, the 3-on-3 match that they had?
No, the
No.
actual team. Team X.
No. I don't think they had a name. It was I literally don't know anybody's fucking name. It was the main character, long hair.
Chigiri?
Yeah, your best boy. When they're playing against the top 3 and what's his name?
Baru?
No, your
Bajira?
other guy. Yeah, when they're playing.
Oh, okay. I
But
understand.
no,
The
it
4-on-4.
wasn't. It wasn't
The 4-on-4.
Kunigami. It was Nagi.
Yeah.
Oh.
The 4-on-4.
That I wasn't expecting them to actually lose. Like I thought that they were gonna steal him back. Like that was like gonna be the
Nope.
whole thing. And then when it was the opposite, I was like,
and they take
oh.
him.
Yeah, I was like, oh, bro, what the fuck? Like I was not expecting that.
Humbles
at all.
everybody real quick.
Yeah, like I was not expecting.
But
that.
also, especially because if they won, they probably wouldn't have picked Bachira. They probably would have picked Rin.
that's true.
No, because during the course of the game, when
he evolves. He
Isaki
awakens.
blocks his shot into the goal, he's like, I see you. We're on the same wavelength, bro.
Yeah, but I think
like
he still
would
Yeah,
have
but I-
picked
but
one,
at
and
the
I
end-
would have picked him.
At the
I
end
don't
of the
think
day,
so.
I
I
think they
think
would
it
have went with
would've
Rin
picked
because
Rin,
he's
yeah.
the best player.
I think so too.
guess.
After they did that whole thing with the orphan, I was like, they were just gonna pick Rin. Like he's.
Well,
not
especially
getting
because
to-
isn't
But I
it
thought
during that game too, where they're like, you keep playing Baru. He's like, you keep playing like this. We ain't
No,
fucking
Nagi
picking you.
said it.
Oh, Nagi.
Yeah. But like I said, when they were playing like this tragic backstory, I was like, gone. I was like, he's gone. I was like, that's it. They're gonna pick Rin, and I was like,
But
that's
yeah,
it.
no, they should have lose. And I love like Rin out here being like, or not Rin, Ryu, the friend.
long-haired guy?
Yeah, the friend of Nagi. Ryu, right?
Oh, Ryu, yes, with the purple hair.
Yeah. Where like when Nagi walks up to Bachira and Isagi and he's like, team, and you're like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. And Ryu's like, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
What?
being dumped on the spot.
And he's
Yeah,
like,
literally. It's
he's
just
like, yeah,
just
sorry,
broke up with
dude.
his boyfriend right
Yeah.
there.
He's like, sorry, dude. You lost, and I'm frustrated about it, and I want to figure that shit out. So
Yeah. He's like, I don't even
Peace.
know what soccer is, but like, I gotta go find out.
yeah.
It's
And then
okay.
and then he's like, when they meet up again, he's trying to be buddy, and he's like, fuck you, you betrayed me. I've never felt so hurt in my life.
ripping out the toothbrush.
Oh my
about
God.
how he's gonna respond.
Yeah. He's
I'm
like,
so excited to see why I hate your guts.
Yeah.
like he's so fucking emo about it. He's
Yeah.
like, I have never been betrayed so hard. It's like, dude, he just wanted to go play with somebody else. Like, my guy.
There are so many boyfriends in this show. It's crazy.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's great. But then, they all get betrayed. Nagi's like, fuck you, dude. I'm going to go play with my new boyfriend.
Yeah, but it's not even his boyfriend because then he leaves him.
Yeah, it's true. But, like,
Unlucky.
he leaves him the other way. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. Bachira and Isagi, they are boyfriend.
Yeah.
But then Nagi and Isagi become boyfriends, and then he leaves too.
They're
So,
like boyfriends light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bachira and Isagi, I fucking the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're on the
nonstop.
same wavelength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the moment he gives up on his demon, great.
He's like, there's no room for the third in
Yeah.
our relationship. Like,
He's like, I don't need a third
I gotta
anymore.
focus
I've
on
got my
just
main.
Isagi.
Yeah.
He's like, I found someone better than
I
you.
don't have time to waste on this fictional demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not here to play a love triangle. You're just gone. There is no triangle. It's just a line.
It's just a line.
Always has been. Always will be. I love Bachira. I think he's so fun. I loved him the minute he showed up because like that when when
Kicks the
Isagi immediately
fucking
turns
shape
around and is like, I'm going after Bachira, and then he just kicks the ball from him and immediately like, that's what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do that great thing to get the fucking dude who you think's gonna be the rival, the Bakugo
Yeah.
version out.
Yeah. No, not the
No, that's not
Bakugo.
Well,
Bakugo.
but he is, though.
Bakugo's the
No.
shark teeth one.
Well, no, right. I just meant in terms of like the
Look,
friend, that
Character
rival.
dynamic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the Shark Teeth one is, which then they're like, hey, play defense. Get the fuck out of here and play defense. You're really good at it. And he's so pissed about it, but does a great job. Because he locks down Ryu, right? Or is he locked down Nagi?
Who?
The Shark Teeth
Yeah,
guy?
Shark Teeth, yeah.
Shark teeth to.
That's when they put him on
To
defense,
Ryu.
right? Yeah, Ryu.
Yeah.
And he locks him down. And he's like, I can't fucking shake this guy. 'Cause
Yeah,
his
yeah,
stamina
yeah.
is
Why
insane.
is he just fucking stalking me?
Yeah, it's great. But like the minute that should happen, especially fucking Watcher is just on the ground like sleeping, and then fucking bicycle kicks that dude in the fucking face.
Yeah.
And you're like, this dude's awesome.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he was the only one at the beginning that I was like, he's the only interesting one.
Yeah.
So that's the only one. Like, that's because I could go through my text and just literally go through my thoughts of
Right.
while watching it, because I was like, I hate this whole show, but Monster Kid's okay. Like,
Something I noticed that was funny to me is that, like, so whenever they call each other, like, trying to be like insulting to one another and give them like mean names, I'm like, this is the weakest insults in the world.
Yeah.
In one of them, it's when they're facing against Nagi and Ryu's team for the first time, and Isagi's like breaking down his brain to like figure out like the new method, and he's in the middle of it, and Nagi runs up and tries to like shit talk him, and he just goes, "Shut up, genius!" And you're like,
they use genius a lot.
you're like,
I'm
all right, so you're gonna
you
insult
got
the man,
him.
but still be
Yeah.
like, hey, but like, you are pretty good though.
And then at some
Like-
point, I can't remember who it is, but like somebody is trying to like insult Rin, the number one player, and they're like, "Okay, Mr. Long Eyelashes." I'm like, "Oh, you
yes,
got
yes, I
him."
think Baro does that one or something
Yeah.
like that.
The-
It's just like you and your long eyelashes.
I was
okay.
like,
And then you got like the moment where they finally get that point, and they're like fucking trying to shove it in Rin's face and be like, "You fucking loser!" And he's like, "Bro, you're out here getting highlights. Like, come on, I'm out here being the star. You're just getting a highlight."
"LOL."
There's just I don't know. There's so many fucking moments where it's
Oh,
just
and
like,
they call the long hair one princess.
Yeah,
yep,
Chigiri.
Yeah.
Chigiri, yeah. I mean, it's not inaccurate.
But like, that's what they were going with it. Insult. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's so many like really just such fun moments, especially like on the field, but especially off the field, like the little bonding moments outside, and like when they're just eating or you know in the fucking common area. I really like the moment where Isagi's like, I need to get better. I'm just gonna go fucking follow Baru through his training regimen,
Yeah.
which is an insane regimen.
And he's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
and Baru's like, all right, cool. That was the warm up. Let's keep going. And he's like,
and then he tries to follow Rin's like cooldown. He's like, "In what world is this a
the
cooldown?"
yoga. Yeah.
yeah. It's great. I don't know. There's a lot of shit that like I think is really rad, and I like those moments where it's just like he's like, all right, I need to get better, and I think these people are better than me at things. I should go figure some shit out. And he's like, I'm just gonna follow you through your training regimen.
Yeah, let me see what you're doing.
Yeah, and they're all insane. But like I don't know. I like those moments, and I think that like it's equally as strong on as off the field for the show, to me at least. And it is genuinely pretty funny at times.
Yeah.
So
I think they have like good running gags as well, and like just they have you get a good understanding of like their character dynamics, especially like since the first half is essentially like, here's your 11 core team that you're just gonna follow as they like try to not get kicked out in the first round. And then like in the second half where it's like obviously a much smaller group that you're following, but like by the time you get to that smaller groups that you follow, like you kind of understand where each person stands with each other. So I feel like they don't have to do too much work to be like, okay, and this is how this character would interact with this guy.
Yeah.
Like they are very like on the nose, like very quick with it, which I like.
yeah. I also have this theory. I have no idea if it's accurate or not because I've never read Blue Lock or anything. But I have a theory that like the people that lost went into like a losers bracket, and then they're gonna have their own fucking thing.
Yeah. And,
Like they're gonna come back and be like, yeah, we just had a losers bracket, and we're all the best. And
yeah, and Kunigami is gonna come back.
yeah,
I don't know about that one.
yeah. I mean, I'm not too certain about it, but like that would be my little guess that at some point like something would come up.
Yeah.
But I would also just see them being like, and they're gone.
I'm gonna
Bye-bye.
ask, not for you. Like I'm not gonna tell you, but I'm genuinely curious. I want to know, so I'm gonna ask Ryan because I want to know if they're gonna do something like that. I don't think they will. I genuinely
You think once they're gone, they're gone.
I think
And they
they're
can't
gone.
play soccer ever again.
What's his the
you just
ego?
can't represent
Is that his
the
name?
nation's team.
Ego, yeah.
Yeah, the guy
Like,
hosting it.
Yeah.
I think it's
Do or die.
yeah, lock off. Like I think that's it.
Yeah.
I like that he has a soccer ball bolo tie. I thought that was really funny.
Also, he wears Crocs slippers.
They showed that for way too long.
He doesn't even got sports mode in them. They're just
Yeah.
slippers.
just Crocs. Also, he has like the longest neck. Like he's so freaky looking.
Fun fact, this is a slight tangent, just has nothing to do with the anime at all, but just the Crocs thing. I was at the mall the other day, and I saw this kid that was like, oh, I gotta get on the escalator. Hold on, let me put my Crocs into sports mode.
To get on the escalator? How old is he?
Like maybe 15, 16.
Oh, he was doing that on purpose then. I thought it was like a little kid.
I don't know. It was
oh my God.
he had a little brother with him that did the same thing. But like, it was
Maybe
like
it's a
got
family-
on, like put them into sports mode, got back on. I was like,
Maybe that's a
okay.
family thing.
Yeah,
that
maybe.
they're just taught.
But anyway, I just thought that was funny. It just reminded me.
They have.
But,
I'm pretty sure they have Demon Slayer Crocs now. I think that was the crossover I saw or something. Like
I'm sure. People
Very
like Crocs,
interesting.
man. I don't know. They made
I
a
don't
weird
know.
comeback into people really actually liking them.
yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, I think that's just inaccurate. Crocs are disgusting.
But people like them.
I know that's wrong.
I know a lot of people that are like Crocs are awesome.
Yep, Demon Slayer Crocs. That is the crossover.
Sure.
Imagine paying
And they're weirdly
$85 for
expensive.
rubber.
Yeah, why are they so expensive?
Because
Because they can be.
Like-
Because people will pay
Yeah,
it.
and
That's
they
literally
can
why.
be.
Dogs like
Ask the woman that spends $1 billion on Miku figures.
$1 billion.
That's worth it.
Just
But-
like Demon Slayer
But
Crocs are worth it to somebody else.
$85 Tanjiro.
You can use them forever.
I can
Yeah, but
stare
a-
at Miku
A
forever.
figure will never like disintegrate unlike
Yeah.
shoes.
Right. No,
That's
but
true,
Crocs
too.
last for fucking ever though.
I guess. Can we
Not
go
if
back
you
to
wear them.
Yeah,
this
anyway.
anime that we were talking about?
We can.
I will say I do I like the like costume design. I like the like
Oh, they're like bodysuit.
yeah, the bodysuits.
Okay, I hated looking at them when they were just in the bodysuit.
without
It just-
like a
yeah,
The jersey
it
over it.
disturbed me. I hated looking at it. They were so wide, like it just wasn't right. But I did like it when they had like the uniform on with it. I thought
Right.
it looked good, but I just hated it when they were only in the suit. It just didn't look right.
Also, when like we found out that like it's all been kind of a lie. Everybody was told they were the worst
Right.
the entire time, and the last group. And
But they were only told by a certain amount because they had the numbers on their actual
right.
thing.
But like in the beginning, where that's like number 300 or whatever, there were never even that many people in the thing, right? Like it
no,
was
there
like,
was because
but like they all
say-
each individual room was hit with the people that were at 300 number or whatever.
But they said in the last episode that 265 were kicked out. So there
Oh,
actually
right, yeah.
was 300 that were there. So they were all actually numbered.
Well, what I
that
think is
way.
in that first room there was somebody in each room that had 300. They were all like labeled low, and then once they bit one, he actually changed it to be like, because they all consistently were like, you're the ones that are going to be last. You're the losers. You're the fucking
right.
Yeah.
the entire time. So everybody thought they were going to lose at any time, that they were the bottom of the tier. And then like you have I don't know. So I thought that was interesting. And then like I also really like again with the second half, you have the number 3 guy who's just like,
Oh, the guy that's just really nervous.
yeah,
Oh my
but
God,
he's
he
like
was so-
fucking built different,
He was so annoying.
where he's just freaking out the whole time, but just pure muscle.
Yeah.
Like he's
He
like,
had that weird like slimy aura every time he was like going. I was like, what is this? Like, what is this supposed to be?
and then the twins, right? They get separated. One of the brothers,
Yeah.
Yeah,
straight up
they get
loses, right?
separated.
The one
Um,
with the curly eyebrows stays.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that only like glares and grunts.
And then he had to learn how to speak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that after time short as well, where they're trying to translate. They're like, all right, what do we think he's saying?
Yeah, and then finally he just speaks. They're like, "You can talk? What the
can
fuck?"
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There's like, there's so many like small moments that I just think are really fun.
Well, I really like the additional time. That was my favorite part of the entire show, were just those little moments at the end of the episode. That's what kept me going. It's just watching them.
Additional time is very fun. It's usually always just like comedy.
Yeah. Because some shows don't do it that well. It's like kind of boring. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's, like,
or they just
whatever.
like waste the runtime on it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I'm trying to think of like oh yeah, the dude at the end who actually kicked out Kunigami,
Yeah.
Oh.
the tan dude.
Yeah.
He's just like shit talking to him. He's like, oh yeah, you know, I sent him down to hell, and then goes to fucking drop kick fucking Isagi's head off.
I know. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, I guess I can't get a penalty because.
Nah, and then Bachira straight up just walks up and is like, all right, we're fighting, let's fucking go, dude.
He's like, you're gonna insult my boyfriend like that? You're gonna attack
All right,
him?
men. 34 on 1. Let's do it.
You know, he's out there being like, I'm gonna fucking protect my boy to death. Like, let's go. We're doing it right now. I like don't know what his deal's about, but he's definitely he has that like new main enemy like,
Yeah, like-
aura.
like-
He's gonna be in that fucking 11 team.
Next arc villain type
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
All right, so wait, so who do you guys think will be in the team to fight the under 20?
Okay.
Who
like,
do you think
who do I
on
think
yeah.
is in the roster?
Yeah. For the what is it, 12 people?
11.
11 people?
I think there will be a mixture of new people that we haven't met yet.
Yeah.
I highly
All right,
doubt
so
that
out of the
they're
people
all
we've
gonna
met,
be
who do you
just
think will be
them.
in it?
Okay.
I think it'll be 6 that we've met and 5 new ones.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because like the dude that kicked out Kunigami, he's in it.
Yes.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Unless they
unless
go
it's a
the-
fake out.
Unless they go the opposite direction and he gets kicked out first. They can do
Right.
that. But there's
Yeah.
no middle. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely he's
I'm
there
gonna-
or it's first.
I'm
that
gonna
he
guess
goes.
he's on it.
Yeah.
I would guess Baru.
That's a good guess.
I would
Yeah.
guess Bachira and Isagi.
Yeah. Nagi.
Nagi,
Rin.
Rin, and then maybe Chiguri. That would be
Oh, the
6 we
speed
actually
one?
know.
yeah.
I
6
would-
we
I think
know.
that's too many.
Yeah.
You think it would not be 6 that we know? I feel like there'll be
No,
more
didn't
that
you just do 7?
Well, 7. I was including
7
the tan
including
dude.
the 10 guy.
okay. Okay. So then maybe.
Unless
Oh wait, no, that kicked out. I didn't say Rin, did I? Rin's definitely on that team.
Yeah.
yeah.
Somebody has to go. I'm guessing. I would guess Chiguri.
He hurts himself.
Something like that. I would
And
guess
then
Chiguri's
can't.
probably out unless they go with Baru, but I feel like they had too much time building up Baru to kick him out
I
then.
think so too.
I
So-
guess, but I feel like
But they've been building up characters to be like,
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe
I don't
maybe
know.
maybe Chiguri gets out.
I could see him getting an injury, like doing too much in like a trial game or something.
yeah.
Which lets somebody else come in. Like
Yeah.
somebody else get the one over him. He just like injures himself or
Yeah.
something.
I definitely think that. But I thought it was interesting that they had that one guy that was injured. He was on a team. They were like, oh, they're missing it.
Oh, he got injured during the game.
yeah.
You mean? Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. I was like, that's an
Oh yeah.
odd specific choice. Maybe he doesn't get better, and then
And then there's
your
the
best boy can be
come
like,
back. Yeah, maybe
pulled
the guy
in.
gets injured. He gets like an infection and dies. and
Okay,
they
that's a
bring
little
back
far. I'm just thinking he can't play
Kunigami.
soccer.
The
anymore.
demon infects him. But Bachira's demon's like, you're gonna fucking try to hoe me out. It's you and me. This is the line, man. It's not like I'm bringing the triangle back. I'm gonna kill him,
I'll kill him. I
that
swear to
guy.
God.
and he kills Chiguri to get a point across.
Yeah. Hello.
I thought that was an interesting choice. And he was like a background character on Team Z, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's what'll happen.
Yeah,
And then
I-
they'll
He dies
put
and
him in.
Kunigami
He's
comes
not
back.
gonna die. Like
I don't
just,
know. Anything is possible.
yeah, but like who knows? Because I feel like Shark Teeth dude, he has like an arc that's just waiting to come. He made it.
I don't think so.
He made it, but I feel like he's not gonna make it on the team. Like
I feel like Bald Dude is gonna be a whole thing where he's always weaseling his way in.
If he makes it to that
I need-
final team, like I'm gonna lose my
I think
shit.
Bald Dude at some point
He's gonna awaken.
is going to either get his like absolute shit kicked in.
I hope
like
so.
in the dorms type deal,
He
where they
deserves
just
it.
take turns going at
Jumping him.
Yeah, they take turns jumping him. And then he's got to go home because he's so severely injured. And then Kunigami comes back in to replace him.
Because he died.
I think he's gonna replace the guy.
They killed him.
I think he's gonna replace the guy who's already hurt.
And then
the weasel.
I fucking hate the weasel.
I think, but like I don't know. I feel like they could be a thing where he's just constantly weaseling his way into the team. that wins.
I know, but isn't the whole like? I feel like the thesis of this first season is like.
But he made it.
You're right that he made
But
it.
I just-
but think about the characters that we followed more closely and how they needed to like realize their faults and evolve and like become better as players themselves.
Maybe
I
he'll
think
wake
They
up.
couldn't have somebody else do it for them.
I think he's there for like comedy, though he's not funny. He's
He
just
could awaken.
annoying.
He's there to get his shit kicked in.
I think so too. I think.
I don't know, like, because that's where I'm like thinking though, like where it's like he could be on there, Shark Teeth Boy could be on there, like somebody
don't
could
think
fuck
so.
up. I don't know, like I feel like because it's like yeah, I wouldn't think so, but also the show's already done things where you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
like Kunagawa didn't make it,
Yeah.
you know, like so I feel
I'm
like
about to spoil myself for this whole show because like I don't know if I'm gonna watch the second.
it sounds like
season,
you care.
But like I want to know. Like I'm genuinely curious. I need to know.
Like, would you watch the second season? Right now, like how you liked, like based on what you
No.
liked from this season?
no.
No, you wouldn't go back and watch it.
No.
You just want to know though. Like you'd read a synopsis.
Yeah, like I'm curious because I watched this much, like who actually is, unless Ryan told me like, oh no, there's some characters that you're gonna like out of those new people,
right
like,
that like come in.
yeah, unless he said that there's like a specific something, I don't think I'd watch it, not on my own.
All right. Well, final thoughts.
Sure.
All right.
All right,
Kat?
final thoughts.
Oh wait, hold on, wait. What do we think her score is gonna be?
A
I'm
6.
guessing I was gonna say a 6.
Okay.
All right.
Should I start with my score?
No, no, no.
Whatever
Okay.
you want.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, it took way too long to get into this show. But I don't like sports, so that's a thing. One, I'm not that into action, though I do watch anime that has action, but it doesn't do anything for me. Like, so it's just a mixture of action and sports.
Had that
and
whole
then-
talk during One Punch Man where you were like, "Yeah, my hero. The hype moments don't matter."
Yeah,
It's
like,
like, okay.
it doesn't do anything for me. It's just not my cup of tea. Though it did get to a
You
point
like
that
Free? That's a sports anime.
But that's not the
there's
same.
barely anything in that.
That is
like,
not the same. Free
No.
is not like going down, giving
Well-
you a list of analytics and being like, this
Yeah.
is the best way to do it. It's just 5 guys who are all banging each other that happen to be swimming.
one day
Yuri on
I'll
Ice,
pick it.
sports anime.
So you
That also
can-
doesn't count.
Yeah, that doesn't count at all. So one day I'll pick it and you'll understand because it's just not.
Free?
Yeah.
Splash free.
Yeah, because it is just not.
Plus 50% off.
Oh, it's so good. It literally that inspired me to fucking watch the actual show because I just had to know. But I did eventually like care and want to know what happened, so that's good. Like at least it didn't stay like the whole time. That I just wasn't enjoying it, though I just think it's too long. I do think it has great visuals. Like I said, I really liked everything that they did with that. That was like keeping me involved in it. I think they did an outstanding job. Like I said, that's you guys asked what shows like stick out to me like that. I would definitely say that this is one of them that it like did something that was very different. I also kind of liked that they were it was kind of like block art, like that they popped out more
yeah.
than the back. Like I thought that was nice. Oh, and I thought it had really good music, like in it.
I agree.
Like for all the moments, like I thought they did a really good job with the soundtrack. So I thought that
Yeah.
like
The OST does.
like I can definitely tell why everybody was so hyped about this show. Like I absolutely 1000% get it. It's just not my cup of tea. So I would say that I would recommend it because I think most people do like sports. So like I would think that most people would like this show. If you don't like sports, you could skip it. I would say like I definitely know that people say like Haikyuu's like a better,
Yeah, I don't even really like sports, but like Blue
That's a
Lock,
better
Haikyuu fucking rocks.
but there's lots of like character development in Haikyuu and stuff. So like
should
that
make her
would
watch
be
Haikyuu. She
yeah,
might
that
like
would
it.
be like more my speed. That's what Ryan was saying. He was like you should. Blue
Haikyuu
Lock
is
like not.
awesome.
So so I would say that I would recommend it. Like I definitely get why it was like this big huge thing. And I actually gave it a 7.
Wow.
Yes.
Much higher than I was thinking it would
Yeah.
be.
Well, I
Much
can't.
higher,
I
1
can't give.
point.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I can't give halves, so
Yeah.
it's not that much higher.
Fair enough. I also think the funny thing about this show is that it was airing at the same time as another soccer show that was just a traditional soccer show.
Really?
Yeah, like regular, team dynamic, people that
LOL.
are different. Yeah,
The actual team.
yeah, like actually
effort.
real regular
team
soccer.
building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which people actually like that one too. So they were
What's
both.
that
They were,
one?
I don't remember what the fuck it's called. I think
Oh.
it starts with an A. They were coming out at like the exact same time.
That's funny.
People like that one too, though. I heard. I just never got around to watching it. Anyway, so is that your?
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I really like the show. I think basically it's solid in like every regard. Visually, I think it's paced really well. I think the characters are written really like interestingly. Even the fucking asshole characters like Baru, at least for me, end up really liking him just because of how much of an asshole he is.
Yeah.
Because it works towards the point of the show. At least for me, that's why I like him.
Yeah, but like to counter that, and I was kind of saying this when we were talking earlier, is the others, like, yes, they all want to be the best striker in the world, and that's the fucking point. But they all do work with each other. Like, they figure it out, like, hey, we need to do that. Like, I'm going to take my selfish shots when I can, but we want to win. Like, whereas he's like, no, I'm just going to do this, like, by myself.
But he can.
But that's what bothered me about it.
But Rin does the
He
same
just
thing.
wanna that's true, and I don't like Rin, so at least I'm consistent.
But like I like him because like at least he's real about it. Rin's just like,
No.
I'm the best. Anyway.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but-
Baru's like, I'm the fucking king of everybody.
That's the same thing. You
Nah,
literally
nah,
just said
nah,
the same thing.
It's presented differently.
Okay, whatever. Go
There's
on.
a confidence to one and the other.
Go on.
But anyway, I don't know. So like for me, like you end up liking him, and you get the small moments outside of the games too, where you get to like actually like interact with the people when they're just being fucking normal and not possessed psychopaths.
Additional
Yeah.
time, best
Yeah.
time.
So that's great. And really, yeah, the OST rocks, and I think again, just visually, it's really cool. And Batra is best boy. My little demon guy. And I gave it a 9. And I would recommend it. Sage.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I think it had a good balance of like comedy and over the topness with like some amount of seriousness and like hype and just really like you want people to succeed kind of a feeling. I really like the look of the show, like the style, like you were saying about like how they chose to like visualize what they're thinking while they're playing the games and stuff. Additional time is the best time.
Which is
Yeah.
so like weird to say about
I
a
know,
show.
but it's just so cute. Like
It helps
it
build
works-
all the characters.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
it
I was about
works
to
really
say.
well.
Like with your point earlier of like how everybody's dynamics. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that they
Helps
use their
to,
time
like,
really
yes,
well,
yes.
so you understood.
Because then because the additional time is like what, maybe a minute long segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they don't need to waste their time during the actual runtime to be like, okay, let's get this across really fast. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I thought it was a really fun watch. 24 episodes, maybe a hair too long.
I think it probably could have benefited from an episode or two gone.
Yeah,
but
I
I,
just-
I think
I
it
think they
gets
could have done the
across.
beginning part much
A little
faster.
faster, yeah. Like I don't think 24 episodes hinders it, but I do think if they had taken off 2 episodes from like the first 12,
It would have been a bit tighter.
it would have been tighter, and then like you would have gotten the flow of like their own personal progressions a little bit better.
Yeah, the second half I think is absolutely the strongest part of the entire.
Yeah, it just
It's the
moves
only one I like,
so much
so.
faster. So yeah, recommend it. I think I would give it a 7, which I don't know if that seems low, but that feels fair to
I was
me.
expecting you to do
I was expecting you to
higher.
go
I didn't-
8 or something.
Yeah, I didn't
No.
think that we were gonna have the same score.
I
Yeah,
didn't
you
think
did
so.
not give the vibe that you were giving this the 7.
yeah,
I mean, I'd like because
because 7's just good, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a high 7, but like you said, you can't give
exactly.
halves.
Yeah, I feel
But
the same.
for me, like I would not put this as an 8, especially because like sports anime, I feel like I want to feel something in a sports anime,
yeah,
and I
I
didn't-
want the friendship. Like,
yeah,
I
you know
want
what I mean.
that,
Like
yeah.
I want that kind of like connection with the character, and I feel like I didn't get that. So that's like
Yeah.
my own personal thing.
I
That's
just
why.
force you to watch all of Haikyuu so you actually fucking catch up.
Oh,
I
I
know.
know. I've seen it.
No,
No.
she's been spending 30 years reading it.
Oh,
Slowly but surely,
Jesus Christ.
taking the pages
I
away.
am already done. I finished
How do
in
you
like a
even
month.
Remember what happens? Like if you take that long to read it.
Oh, once I read like the first page that I've come back to, I can just remember. I'm pretty good. I can do that with like books too. Like I'll just recall what I read before.
It's a good skill to have.
But anyway, so yeah, like if it gave me more of that like friendship, wholesome vibe,
I think so too.
and
That
like
would've pushed it up
emotional
higher.
connection, I would have given it an 8. But because I didn't
There's
get
so
that,
many boyfriends. What do you mean? No
But
emotional
but
connection.
They're
like
subtle
they're
boyfriends.
surface level boyfriends. I need that free
Right.
development of boyfriends.
I need that like that intimacy between them.
Yeah.
Boyfriends.
I need the vulnerability.
Never seen so much eye fucking in my life.
Like,
But
I need,
that's
like-
surface level.
Yeah.
Like that's not
No,
enough.
I need like the like super gentle caress that you get in Free that you don't get here.
Yes.
Thus,
I agree.
It's a
I
7
agree.
and not an 8.
But like I said, I absolutely get it why people like
Right.
it, but it's just
Same,
not.
same.
No, yeah, yeah, fair enough. All right. Well, hey, there's our thoughts. Here's a group review. You're welcome, future me. Sometimes I'm like, where the fuck do I put this? So this just helps me always.
Okay.
Because sometimes we just go into the next point and I'm like, it's just,
I
Yeah.
missed it.
you know. Anyway, so next pick is Cat.
Yes.
So-
So we're actually doing a long one. So if you're gonna watch with us, make sure you start doing
Strap
it
in.
earlier. Yeah. How many episodes is it?
I'll put-
49?
Yeah, 49. It's not something we're gonna do often, or maybe even ever again.
Yeah.
This
But
is a special case because it's a show you can't actually break up into
Yeah,
two
because I
halves.
was gonna split it in half, which I do think would hinder the show. And then they were so kind to be like,
We'll watch 49
you know what?
episodes
We'll
just for you.
Yeah, we'll watch
You
it.
know what
which
this means,
thank
though?
God.
What?
at some point, I can do.
I can recommend Monster?
No, I was gonna say I could do One Piece and make you watch the Arlong arc.
I mean,
Oh.
I
We don't
guess
have to cut it before that. I can
guess-
make you watch it.
I guess that would be fair if everybody got like one.
All right, so I think we could do
but you
that.
just gotta wait a long
yeah,
time.
yeah. We're not gonna
before.
do it after
Yeah.
each other because
Every
we
month.
know people have lives and we
Yes.
also do.
Yes.
But so this is not gonna be a regular thing. Maybe at least 2 more times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well,
everybody
definitely, I
gets
think
like
it would be
a
fair to do
one.
at least one full
Yes.
cycle before we come to another long one.
Yeah.
Again, because we realize that people have fucking lives, and
Yes.
we can't all do this all that time. But also, we'll try to keep it as like it's something that at least has a dub if you're interested in that, because we all know some people just it's easier to watch.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Okay, so
Actually,
we're watching Nana, and Nana is
47 by the way. Sorry,
47,
I was like I
okay.
had this pulled up for some reason. It's 47
Yeah.
episodes.
Nana's a show. I think it's from 2006. So
Yes.
the art do be a little rough, just a little. Once you start watching, like Ryan said, because I was trying to get anybody and everybody that I could to watch
it's a madhouse.
this show. Yeah. And Ryan said that he would not watch it because he thought the art was so terrible. Though it's not something he
Whatever.
would like anyways. So
Because
that's
it's a
fine.
shoujo, right?
Yes.
Kind of.
It's listed.
Okay, so then yeah. But I would say like it's kind of like a slice of life type.
R plus. Woo.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But once you start watching it, I feel like you get used to the art so quickly that it didn't bother me at all, because this had been on my list for like a long time to watch. And then one day, it's on High Dive. I was just looking for something to watch.
Fuck me, High Dive.
and it showed, and I was like, you know what, today's the day, like I'm gonna watch it, and I do not regret it at all, hence why I'm
Is the
recommending
dub
it.
any good?
Yeah, I actually think that
Oh, okay.
I don't know when they dubbed it, like how long after
Right.
it was
well, like
actually
the initial
done.
release.
Yeah. But I think that it's good. I don't have like any issues with it. It wasn't, hard to get through it, because then I probably wouldn't have
Right. gone through
survived.
it, yeah.
But basically, it's just these two girls. They're both named Nana. They end up meeting by chance, and they're both moving to Tokyo for different reasons, different backstories, everything. And it's just about their lives and how it intertwines in their life.
They're roommates?
The dub was like
That's
3
what I
years
thought.
after.
I just didn't want to say it because it's spoilers, but it happens quickly.
I was
so
going to
guess
say,
it's
is
not
that a
bad.
spoiler? I feel like that's like the opening.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I read the manga,
Mhm.
but this was also like,
Well, the manga's not finished.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
I
it's
read,
still going, or it just didn't finish.
It didn't finish.
Oh. Does the anime have like an end? Do we know?
Yeah.
Like it takes the story and it's like we'll give it an ending.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, I feel like then we should preference if it doesn't end that we should be like, hey, there's no end to the story.
There's no real end. And so I haven't looked too much into it. I might do it like
makes
before.
Sense. Don't ruin yourself.
Well, that's also the thing of I might read it at least to what it has. So I didn't want to like look and see things because I already saw one spoiler. So then now I've been trying to kind of avoid it. But maybe I'll look it up before we have the next anime club because I am curious if that is just an ending that they made up like for the show.
Gotcha. All right. Well. Cool. Yep. That's next show. 47 episodes again. We're not going to do this often.
Yep.
Again, maybe 2 more times, but it won't be necessarily soon.
There'll be a gap.
Yeah. And thanks for watching this week's episode of the Vaguely Anime Podcast. If you think we're wrong or right about Blue Lock, let us know. Tell us who our best boy is and why it's Bachiro or Baru.
No.
And we'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to check out Cat the Moonstar on Twitch. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, follow, and we'll see you next week for whatever we talk about.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.